Heartsong by T.J. Klune. Narrated by Kirt Graves. Yes, I have tricks in my pocket. I have things up my sleeve. But I am the opposite of a stage magician. He gives you the illusion that has the appearance of truth. I give you truth in the pleasant disguise of illusion. Tennessee Williams, The Glass Menagerie. Yes, I have tricks in my pocket. I have things up my sleeve. But I am the opposite of a stage magician. He gives you the illusion that has the appearance of truth. I give you truth in the pleasant disguise of illusion. Tennessee Williams, The Glass Menagerie. Chapter 1. Motes of Dust, Something More. When I dreamed, these pinpricks of light filtered through the trees of an old forest. It was safe there. I didn't know how I knew that. I just did. I wanted to run as fast as I could. The maddening itch to shift crawled underneath my skin, and I needed to give in. I didn't. Leaves crunched underneath my feet. I ran my hand along the bark of an old elm. It was rough, and then it was wet from a trickle of sap. I rubbed it between my fingers, sticky and warm. The trees whispered. They said, "Here, here, here." They said, "Here is where you belong." They said, "Here is where you are meant to be." They said, "This is pack and life and songs in the air, songs that are sung because this is home, home, home." I closed my eyes and breathed. The light seemed brighter in the darkness. Little motes of dust swirled. I brought the pitch on my fingers to my tongue. It tasted old and strong, and a low growl off to my right. I opened my eyes. A white wolf stood a ways off in the trees. It had a smattering of black on the chest, legs, and back. I didn't know it. Him. But I thought it, him, familiar somehow. Like it was right there on the tip of my tongue, mixed in with elm sap, and its eyes began to burn with red fire. An alpha. I wasn't scared. He wasn't there to hurt me. I didn't know how I knew that. Maybe it was the trees, maybe it was this place, maybe it was the sap coating my throat. I said, "Hello?" The alpha snorted, shaking his head. I said, "I don't know where I am. I think I'm lost." He pawed at the ground, carving jagged lines in the dirt and grass. I said, "Do you know where I am?" And he said, "You are far away." He sounded like the voice of the trees. He was the voice of the trees. The alpha said, "You don't belong to me. You aren't mine. You aren't mine, but you could be. You could be because of who you are." I don't know who I am, I admitted, and it was a terrible thing to say aloud, but after the words were out, I felt lighter, almost free. The alpha took a step toward me. I know, child, but you will. I promise you, you will. You are important. You are special. You are. Lightning flashed, and I saw I was surrounded. Dozens of wolves were prowling among the trees. Their eyes were red and orange and violet. The trees snapped from side to side in the harsh wind. I thought I was going to get blown away, carried into the black sky above and lost in the storm. The wolves stopped. They tilted their heads back in unison and howled. It tore through me, and it was breaking me. It was crushing my bones into powder. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't find a way to stop it, and I didn't want to. That was what hit me hardest, that I didn't want it to stop. I wanted to be consumed, to feel my flesh tear and bleed onto the earth beneath my feet.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?